Now there's growing fallout from a new indictment in the gun trace task force scandal. Federal prosecutors accuse a sergeant, who is now retired, of planting a gun and ordering a witness to lie. WJZ investigator Mike Halgren is live at City Police headquarters with details on the case. Mike.
Lynn, the GTTF scandal is not yet over. 4 officers have been suspended. Sergeant Keith Gladstone is the subject of that new indictment. He's a retired sergeant, as you said, and he right now has pleaded not guilty. He's been released on his own recognizance. Retired Baltimore Police Sergeant Keith Gladstone has been indicted and faces federal charges. He planted a BB gun on a man and asked witnesses to lie.
You have a gun and cocaine?
Federal prosecutors cite his ties to WJ, believed to be Sergeant Wayne Jenkins, the disgraced head of the gun trace task force, and say Jenkins called him in a panic after deliberately running over a man in northeast Baltimore in 2014. The feds say Gladstone planted the gun on the man and instructed a fellow officer to lie if authorities ever questioned him and claimed they were there for scene security. It's not the only controversy the retired sergeant has faced.
Was much more needed to be done.
He's being sued in connection to an incident in 2010 where drugs were planted on 2 men. They were wrongly sent to prison. Among the others listed in that lawsuit, Jenkins and the late Detective Sean Suter, who died the day before testifying in front of a grand jury in the case. Suter's family has denied he committed any wrongdoing.
And the persons that did this are the people who were opposed to protect and serve.
And in the unrest that followed the death of Freddie Gray in 2015, Gladstone was one of the officers involved in this incident where Larry Lomax was pepper sprayed and then pulled down and arrested. A jury awarded Lomax $75,000 in a civil suit.
We have many, many more of these cases. This is by no means the exception to the rule.
Ivan Bates has represented several citizens who claimed wrongdoing by Gladstone.
When we realized and we compared notes about what was happening in the city, then we realized that we had to do something to try to make sure these officers were not going to be successful.
Sergeant Gladstone's attorney says he has no comment because he's still reviewing the allegations, and sentencing that was set for another disgraced member of the GTTF, Detective Jamel Rayam, was supposed to happen this week. It has now been postponed. Live at City Police headquarters, Mike Halgren, WJZ.